Hey guys, me again. So we're going to do the next step. First thing I'm going to do is cut up the cabbage. So, I always make this look awkward. Should be the awkward cooking show. So I just get a half and you could use just about any kind of cabbage, but I like using the green and the red. So I'm just going to cut out the middle bit. So you don't really want the stalk bit. And just slice it. So I'm just doing it a bit thin. Once the board's full, chuck some in. Guess you could mix and match to the types of vegetables that you like, but so there's the green one in, and it will cook down, don't worry. So I put the cabbage in, and then the second step to last step is the doughboys. So I'm just gonna cook down a bit. So that's this one, and then we've got the second lot of cabbage to go. I like putting the purple one in. Probably won't use this whole cabbage, so it is bigger. Again, awkward cooking show. But I'll use this for something else. So I'm just gonna cut it in half. Oh, just try and cut myself, you know. Might use the bigger knife. It's all going in the same pot anyway, and I washed it. I'm making this look really hard when it's not. I'll see how half chops up. Even the outside layers. Let's chop it up nice and small. Adds lots of colour. I like to have lots of colour in my food. So just putting the cabbage in. I'm going to eat this quite a bit later, but that's fine. So I'm just going to cut this bit out because it's the middle, and then I'll have a look and see if there's enough. They don't have quarters, but this is doing 4 meals, so. Washing it down, let it cook. It takes a couple of hours, but it'll be worth it. And if you get some fat on the top, which sometimes happens, all you have to do is skim it off with a bowl or a cup. Because sometimes you get fat floating on the top from the pork. You can tell I've had a long day at work. My brain is like, oh. So it does turn the broth a bit, purple, but that's okay. I like it. So I make doughboys a specific way. So I don't measure. I just put whole heap of flour. And my trick, I'll get a cup, is I use some of the liquid. So then your doughboys come out with the liquid as well. So I just do like sort of half a cup and then see if it's the right texture. So you kind of want it like, it doesn't matter if you get some of the bits in it, just adds to the flavour of the doughboys. So you just need to make it into a sort of sticky dough. Some people cut them up into pretty shapes, but I'm okay with whatever they come out like. They don't have to be pretty. So it needs to be a little bit more stickier. And I did put salt and pepper to taste. A little bit more. Might have to put some more liquid in it. So it makes heaps. I might even have leftovers to have for Matariki. Cool. So if you look in here, it looks a bit sticky. And all it is flour and the stock. Kind of looks like a weird colour because of the stuff, but it's okay. So it will be nice and hot, so I'm going to get a teaspoon. So you can use a teaspoon to shape it or use your hands. You just put some on the top. And I do lots. And they basically cook and absorb all the stock. So I fill it up and then mix it up. I reckon doughboys are the best bit. So I'll do a few and mix it in. A lot of my favourite recipes I either got from my dad or my grandma. And this is my dad's recipe that I've made my own. So they don't have to be pretty. They just, what happens is they cook into like a gooey dough. You can put salt and pepper, you can do all sorts with them. But I just like plain and simple. And don't make them too big or they take ages to cook. So I'm going to add some more water. I used a lot more than I expected. So 2 extra cups. And so you just kind of stick them down so that they go to the bottom and mix up with stuff. It's gone purple. That's okay. I don't mind purple broth. Purple cabbage is yum. So there is still some flour at the bottom, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be beautiful because it will taste beautiful. That's why I could never do MasterChef. My food tastes yum, but don't look pretty. So I've made heaps of doughboys, probably too much, but then I love them. I could eat them till the cows come home. few more, and they do end up floating towards the top. The longer you cook this, the better the flavour is. So I'll often cook it the day before I want to eat it and then heat it up. Lots of dough, boys. Dad likes them too. He makes his look pretty. Resulting in a more abstract, Picasso-like, I guess. This is actually one of my favourite comfort foods if I've had a bad day. And you can feed heaps of people. So there you have it. All you got to do is let it cook down for a while. And I'll show you a picture of the finished product on my Facebook if you want to see it. And my Instagram. So yeah, that's boil up for Matariki. My version of boil up. So give it a go. Try making Māori cuisine. It's very fun, flavourful, and it's rustic, so why not? So I'm just going to stir it a little bit, let it cook for ages, and then eat some. Awesome. So happy Matariki to everyone. I'm really excited that we're celebrating Matariki. And I think it's a really important public holiday that we should be proud of, because Māori culture is something to be proud of, and Māori culture is something that is important to New Zealand and part of who we are. So happy Matariki. Hope everyone enjoys it, and maybe try making some fun Māori food. I might even try fried bread at some point, so we'll see how we go. Awesome. See yous.